Zombies have a unique way of terrifying us, getting under our skin and eventually into our minds. For decades, they've dominated pop culture, from the relentless walkers in The Walking Dead to the fungus-infected creatures of The Last of Us. But these tales of the undead do more than entertain. They make us wonder about the science behind them. Could a zombie apocalypse really happen? Are there real-world phenomena that resemble the horrifying behavior of the undead? And if a zombie-like outbreak were possible, how would it spread? And could we survive it? In this video, we'll unravel the fascinating science behind zombies, from parasites that control their hosts to viruses that alter behavior. We'll also explore whether a zombie apocalypse could ever cross the boundary from fiction to reality and what we might learn from nature's most terrifying examples. The idea of zombies has a long and fascinating history, rooted in both ancient folklore and modern imagination. While today's zombies are often portrayed as flesh-eating monsters in movies and TV shows, their origins can be traced back to Haitian folklore. In these early stories, zombies were not the terrifying predators we know, but rather individuals believed to have been resurrected and controlled by voodoo priests, or bokors. These unfortunate souls were said to be stripped of their free will, turned into lifeless puppets to serve their master. Over time, the concept of zombies evolved, becoming a staple of pop culture. Modern depictions like the shambling walkers of The Walking Dead or the lightning-fast hordes in World War Z have transformed zombies into relentless, decaying predators with an insatiable hunger for human flesh. Despite their variations, these undead creatures share several defining traits. They lack consciousness or reasoning. Their bodies often appear in advanced stages of decay, and they have an uncontrollable drive to hunt and consume the living. As eerie as zombies seem in fiction, nature offers its own unsettling versions of the undead. While a true human zombie apocalypse remains fictional, the natural world is full of real-life phenomena that blur the lines between myth and reality. Take the Cordyceps fungus, for example, one of nature's most infamous zombie makers. Found in tropical rainforests, this fungus infects ants by invading their brains and hijacking their behavior. Under its control, the ant abandons its colony and climbs to a specific height, where it latches onto a leaf or twig. This creates the perfect environment for the fungus to grow, eventually erupting from the ant's body to release spores and infect others. Scientists aptly call these insects zombie ants because their free will is completely overridden by the parasitic invader. Another real-life phenomenon with zombie-like traits is rabies. This virus spreads through bites and causes aggression in infected animals, making them more likely to transmit the infection. While rabies doesn't create actual zombies, its similarities are striking. The virus alters the host's behavior, and in humans, advanced stages can lead to extreme agitation, confusion, and hallucinations. Despite being rare in developed countries due to vaccines, rabies still claims around 59,000 lives annually worldwide, mostly in areas with limited vaccine access. Then there's the case of neurotoxins, like tetrodotoxin from pufferfish. This potent chemical can induce a trance-like state by slowing bodily functions to near-death levels. In Haiti, some accounts suggest people poisoned with tetrodotoxin were buried alive and later resurrected in a state of disorientation. While these stories remain controversial, they offer a fascinating glimpse into how nature's bizarre mechanisms might inspire our zombie myths. The idea of a zombie virus might feel like something pulled straight out of a thriller movie, but could it have a foundation in science? To explore this, let's examine how existing viruses and biological mechanisms alter behavior in ways that seem eerily close to the fictional zombies we know. Take rabies, for instance. This virus spreads through saliva, typically via bites, and attacks the nervous system with alarming precision. As it progresses, rabies causes heightened aggression and erratic behavior, essentially turning its host into a vehicle for spreading the virus. Rabies even manipulates its victim's brain, making it more likely to bite and infect others. Now, imagine if rabies mutated to become more contagious, faster spreading, or better at manipulating its host's behavior. While such a scenario doesn't exist, and we can only hope it never will, it highlights just how much control a virus can have over its host, blurring the line between science fiction and biological reality. But how could a real virus mimic the traits of a zombie apocalypse? So a virus like this would need to target specific regions of the brain, particularly the prefrontal cortex. This area governs rational thinking, decision-making, and impulse control, the very traits that distinguish humans from the chaos we associate with zombies. If this region were compromised, either through viral manipulation or physical damage, the result could be impulsive, aggressive, and irrational behavior. In fact, damage to the prefrontal cortex has been linked to extreme personality changes, loss of inhibition, and violent tendencies in real life. Even more unnerving, certain viruses, parasites, and toxins already manipulate behavior in animals. For example, there are parasites like Toxoplasma gondii, which alters the behavior of infected mice, making them less afraid of predators like cats. Similarly, neurotoxins like tetrodotoxin can induce a zombie-like trance in humans by slowing down bodily functions to near-death levels, as seen in reports from Haitian folklore. Though the likelihood of a true zombie virus remains extremely slim, understanding the vulnerabilities of the human brain and the behavior-altering capabilities of certain pathogens gives us a chilling glimpse into how such a scenario might unfold. It's a reminder of how complex and delicate the human body is, and how the natural world sometimes mirrors even our wildest imaginations. The idea of a zombie apocalypse makes for great storytelling, but reality presents significant barriers to such a scenario. The human brain is incredibly complex, and for a virus or parasite to create true zombies, it would need to precisely disable the prefrontal cortex, amplify aggression, and suppress pain, capabilities far beyond any known pathogen. Additionally, the speed and method of transmission would need to exceed anything we've seen from real-world diseases like rabies or the flu. Even the fastest-spreading viruses have limitations that would likely prevent a global outbreak of this kind. Environmental factors also work against the zombie concept. Human bodies begin decomposing within hours of death, and in real-world conditions, zombies would be too decayed to pose a threat within weeks. In colder climates, freezing would further immobilize them. Meanwhile, humanity has proven its adaptability time and again. Modern medicine, combined with basic survival instincts like building shelters and organizing defenses, would make it nearly impossible for an outbreak to spiral out of control. While zombies may continue to rule our screens, the scientific and environmental realities ensure that they remain firmly in the realm of fiction. While a zombie apocalypse remains purely fictional, real-world threats reveal how fragile our systems can be in the face of widespread disruption. The closest humanity has come to a zombie apocalypse is through pandemics, such as COVID-19, which disrupted societies, overwhelmed healthcare systems, and sparked global panic, eerily resembling the chaos of zombie movies. With over 770 million cases reported worldwide, it highlighted how fragile our systems can be when facing widespread disease. Another potential threat lies in the misuse of genetic engineering, where biological weapons could hypothetically alter human behavior or trigger aggression. However, the most zombie-like danger might not come from pathogens but from human behavior itself. Panic, riots, and social breakdowns during disasters, proving that fear and chaos can feel just as apocalyptic as any fictional undead outbreak. In the end, while the idea of a zombie apocalypse captured by movies and stories may seem thrilling, the science behind it suggests that a true zombie outbreak is highly unlikely. Nature and existing viruses offer some eerie similarities, but the complexities of the human brain and the limitations of viruses make it clear that a real-world zombie scenario remains firmly within the realm of fiction. However, there's a positive side to all this fascination with zombies. Studying the fictional creatures helps us learn more about the real world, from how the brain functions to the ways pandemics can shape societies. While you probably don't need to board up your windows just yet, exploring zombie science can deepen our understanding of disease, human behavior, and the vulnerabilities we must protect. So, while zombies may never walk the earth, the lessons they offer in science are very much alive. Thanks for joining us on this thrilling dive into the science behind the possibility of a zombie apocalypse. If you enjoyed exploring interesting stories with us, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. What topics do you want us to dive into next? Let us know in the comments. Join us as we get animated about science here at Animated Science.